Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Star Wars Fortitude. Hello to everyone tuning in live here in Twitchland, and if you are watching us on YouTube, please tune in Sundays 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to catch us live. It's a grand old time. Like I said, this is episode 6 of Star Wars Fortitude, so let's go around and introduce the cast. Starting that-a-way.
Hi, I'm Dom, and I'm playing definitely not Dievan Cree, the currently dead former Imperial. I'm playing Edo, the man with white hair and red eyes, and I'm very scared of space ghosts, and please don't let me buy this episode DM.
Well,
All right.
Unlike our little former Imperial friend here, I'm not afraid of ghosts because they don't exist. I'm playing Darylis, Twi'lek Splicer. I'm Jesse Lowe, and he's not afraid of ghosts. He's naive. Let's just put it that way.
And I'm Drake. I'm playing Seika, the ship doctor who's actually worried about Daska. I don't know. I think Edo took her out.
I'm okay.
Yeah. And well,
Badly timed laughing fit.
yes. While Seika does believe in ghosts, it's only because he makes people into ghosts. He's looking forward to proving to Darylis that there is an afterlife he will be accompanied into.
Oh no, my friend, I do not believe that is true.
I guess it's me. I'm Gary Ripper. I play Marskar. How do I pronounce it? Am I pronouncing my own name right?
Mirskar.
Marskar.
We decided you're Mirskar.
You can pronounce it however you want.
Yeah, we'll pronounce
Yeah,
it
exactly.
differently.
It's your name.
Trandoshion's a hard language, guys.
And I'm kind of just a brute. You know, I'm a Trandoshan, and I'm just kind of this muscle for the most part. Not the bravest muscle, but strong dude.
Very good at hitting things.
Yes,
I like him.
chopping things.
Alrighty.
All right, I'm Eris or Animus, and I am playing Daska Val, who is becoming increasingly certain that her ability to talk at people really well is not going to be super useful on this ship. But there you go.
Hey, don't forget, we have competitors that may be showing up, so your talking skills might be more necessary than we believe.
Maybe, hopefully not.
I mean, to be fair, we're all hoping that our skills won't come into play.
Actually, no, I'm hoping that my skills will be very in play today, being that we're
That's fair, actually.
salvaging a
Yeah,
ship.
my skill is that means it's fun going on.
As the doctor, do we really want my skills in play or not?
No.
You might want
Well,
them, but we don't.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was thinking. Is I'm playing Bean, who's really, really good at shooting things, and hopefully I won't have to shoot anything on this clearly empty ship that we're on. I'm expecting a really boring session today. Honestly, I think we're gonna fix some things and walk around and explore a ship, and then that'll be it.
Stop.
And not be
The DM laughing.
spooky at all.
No, no spooky.
Alrighty. And
Yep.
before we begin today's show, I'd like to remind everyone of our sponsors. This week we have a new sponsor called Gamely, an app on the Google Play Store which helps connect you with other tabletop RPG players based on location. You can see players closest to you and those interested in games common to you. Gamely is free on the Google Store and will be coming to iOS in the fall. So keep your eyes peeled to that. I know I will be using that to help me find games here in a brand new city where I haven't been living for very long. Our next sponsor is Fantasy Grounds, which is our virtual tabletop of choice. All of the roles you see in the bottom right-hand corner are done here in Fantasy Grounds, which you can try for free at fantasygrounds.com. We are using the Edge of the Empire conversion pack, by Trenlo over on the Fantasy Ground forums. So please, if you see them hanging out, give them a big shout out because this thing is slick. If you like playing in person and you like collecting miniatures, go check out one of our other sponsors, Wayland Games, over at waylandgames.co.uk, where you can get yourself a huge range of D&D, Warhammer, and 40k minis for up to 20% off. And lastly, our last sponsor is Tabletop Loot, who sell incredible dice. So if you go over and you retweet our live tweets, and we get up to 20 retweets on that bad boy, we will go ahead and give away a free set of dice. And I like giving away dice. We like giving away dice. And I'm sure you like getting dice. So check it out. They have great dice anyway. I've bought probably like 5 or 6 sets off of them. Because I hoard dice, because I'm a dice fiend. Lastly, you can support the show directly by donating, and that affects the game. So you can donate players' natural 1s and natural 20s. With this game, that takes the form of triumphs and despairs. You can donate to give wild magic surges, which cause wacky things to happen. And you can donate and give someone a pet. So if you want to see someone walking around with a tiny pygmy rancor, go ahead and donate away.
I'm going to buy that for ourselves by the last show.
And without any further ado, let us get stuck in to episode 6 of Star Wars Fortitude. Yes, we find the party aboard the RSV Fortitude, a custom-built Venator-class Star Destroyer that went missing around the Essakar asteroid field in the waning days of the Clone Wars. The players are aboard. There seems to be atmosphere in the ship, but otherwise it seems to be completely empty aside from some desiccated corpses the party found at the end of last session. The party then decided to split with Darylis and Bean heading down to engineering to hopefully get some things restarted, and with Seika, Ido, Daska, and Mirskar heading to the lab level to go investigate what happened. Yes, and Chitohan, the Torgrutan technician that their lovely benefactor Shadka the Hutt sent along with them. So we are going to pick things up with Darylis and Bean. You two have just split from the party and are making your way down towards the engineering deck.
I still say Darylis and Bean is a great name for a comic book series. But yeah, yes we are. Well, I thought we had Daska and the Torguga with us too.
Oh, you guys take Daska?
I thought so because the
going
Torguga
wherever
wanted to
Cheeto
go down
has
there
going.
and also help out with the tech stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right,
So Chitohan is going with you guys, as is Daska. So I got the groups mixed up. Yeah.
Get the band back together.
So, yep. So the elevators aren't functional. They're not powered. But like I said last week, there are ladders that go up and down the actual elevator shafts.
Jeffrey's tubes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, well, the one that we found already that went straight down there. So I would just go back to that one if I was me.
Mm-hmm. It's a bit of a rickety climb as you're, climbing down the ladder. It's, dead silent other than just, the slight muted clang of boots on metal rungs. But as you're, can I get a marching order, please? Like the order of...
Bean, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Bean will go first. Bean is pretty tanky and foolish.
Daska wants to be in the middle somewhere.
Okay, so it's probably Bean, Daska, Chitohan, and then Darylis.
Sure.
Okay. So, as you all are, making your way down the ladder one rung at a time, Bean, you step on one rung below you, and it breaks under your foot.
Ooh.
You don't need no roll to try and hang on, but it catches you off guard. Seems to be in significant disrepair now that you're a little lower than the previous two decks were.
Things seem much less well maintained down here.
Does it seem like? Yeah. Does it seem like there's a maintenance issue, or does it just seem like there's something affecting the area?
Go ahead and make a perception check, a medium perception check.
1 sec. Let me double check what that is.
Speaking of, how many ranks in perception do all of you have?
Just 2.
2.
Perception?
1.
I have to scroll up
I
one
have
second.
none.
You said medium, right?
Yeah, it's a medium perception check.
I have 1.
Okay.
Medium.
Okay. So as you notice, and keep looking around, you notice that there are blaster marks. It's a significant number of blaster marks now that you're down a little lower. And as you inspect the one rung that Bean stepped on, you see like half of the rung where it's attached to the left side of the ladder was completely, like, it was barely hanging on by just a thread of metal, and most of it seemed to have been melted away by a nasty looking blaster mark.
All right.
But
So
you
Bean,
also
be
notice, Darylis, as you're just kind of like looking around, looking for more signs of battle, you notice a blip of red light just in the corner of the elevator shaft. And you focus on it for a moment, and it strikes you. That's a camera.
Shut the
security
door.
cameras are a common thing, but you didn't expect to see one on. And as you look
Right.
at it, you notice it. You actually see it shift and look at all four of you on the ladder.
I will play it cool and pretend I don't notice it. Wait till we're out of eyesight, and then mention to Darylis and Daska, or to Bean and Daska, what I just saw. Quietly.
Perhaps it's an automated system.
Would it still be on under emergency power?
If it was a droid
Oh.
running it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe an old cantankerous R2 unit.
Oh, yeah, you can never trust those R2 units.
But yeah, what do you guys think we should we just continue onward and maybe deal with that later, or?
Yeah, maybe we'll find out where it is being operated from.
All right, I'm fine holding off and not engaging with it.
What would we
Continue
do?
onward.
Yeah.
Okay, you keep climbing down for another 10 or so minutes until you get to the engineering deck. The elevator doors are also under security lockdown.
Okay. Well, I'll hack that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a hard computers check with a black.
Tracking. Is that correct? That's correct. Oh, I'm gonna put a boost
Yes,
on
you-
there for my hacking.
Mhm.
And boom.
Okay, it takes you a couple minutes, but you run your standard decryption protocol, and within a few minutes of it just running, eventually the angry red light on the door turns to orange, then turns to green, and it opens in front of you with a hissing noise. There's a slight rush of air out of the elevator shaft into the into kind of this foyer area. But otherwise, you are now on the engineering deck.
Dope.
Looking around, there are blast marks. There's a lot of blaster scoring, a significant amount everywhere. And as you, why don't everyone just go ahead and give me an easy perception check? Everyone that's in this party.
Sure.
Boop. Oh, I did it.
Okay. Yeah.
Advantage.
Yes. Bean, you notice that there are long lines of this brown gunk just on the ground. Long lines of it that seem to just go out into the darkness. There's no emergency lights on this floor. It is dark.
Just brown gunk.
You see it just kind of go off into the gloom in front of you.
There's some sort of substance here. I take a little bit on my finger and I don't know. Do I smell? Do bugs smell? I'm gonna smell it.
Yes.
Bugs can smell.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Do all of this.
Yes. Go ahead and give me an easy medicine check, Mr. Bean.
Well, I'm brainy.
This is very dried blood.
Oh. It's
That's a lot.
it's blood.
Oh, cocoa.
Yeah, that's not good. We should probably let the other guys know about that.
Oh yeah, let's calm that back. Well, I mean, it's all blood. I'm not excited about it, but there's obviously been some sort of combat here.
There was some kind of fight.
I'll pull up my comlink and key over to the other guys and be like, so we found blaster fire and blood. Be aware, they did not go down without a fight.
I was suspecting that you guys did it.
No.
You guys are awesome. You did a lot of work down there.
No, we didn't. We didn't. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mirskar.
Do I see any more cameras down here?
Sorry, what was that, Darylus?
Do I see any more cameras down here?
Make a perception check.
Got you.
This would be medium.
Should my character be walking?
Nah, we're sitting there now.
Yeah, you do notice another red blip of a camera above you. And as you look at it, you see the lens zzz, and zoom in on your face. But you're wearing a helmet, but it zooms in and you see it move around and focus individually on the four of you.
All right. I will, since I'm in my helmet, I'll actually comm over, turning off any external microphone that I'm telling that there's another one there, and that way it's not audible. Because in case they have a microphone.
All right, and now let's go up to the Brady boys up in the lab. You walk into. So as you're walking down the hall towards the labs, There's like biology. There's a biology lab. There's a specimens hot lab. There's a like an archaeology / like chemistry lab. This thing came equipped for like any weird anomaly that they could possibly find out in the galaxy. So you really have your choice of whichever ones you want to investigate first.
Which room comes first? Biology?
The first lab is biology, yes.
Let's go right into biology.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
The door is surprisingly unlocked. It just, as you walk over, it depressurizes, but it doesn't open all the way. But it's easy enough to just kind of, push it open to either side as it opens on up. Inside, in the dim red emergency lights, you see this room is about 150 feet long, and it is just it is just full of tanks of tanks filled with brown brackish fluid. You can't really see through it.
Any sensors going?
Pardon?
Any sensors going on it?
No, none of these tanks seem to be powered. And as you're kind of walking down these tanks, you do notice that there is a terminal that seems to be powered over in the corner.
Oh, we'll go visit the terminal.
Okay. So you go, and it asks for credentials.
Does your weird space doctorate work in all parts of the galaxy, or just, do you have credentials?
That's what I was going to try. Try my credentials and type them in.
It says, invalid credentials, access denied.
All right.
Rude.
Try Divan Kree's credentials.
Okay, sure. I was just a pilot, but let's give it a go.
Yeah, but you're
Invalid
Imperial.
credentials, access denied.
Oh, I don't want to do it, so can one of you do it? But maybe one of the dead people back there was one of the biologists? One of those corpses I don't want to touch?
Miskar, go grab us one of the dead bodies that looks like a doctor.
Yeah, Mirskar comes back. Actually, Mirskar, I need you to just make me a general lore check, Mirskar. So an easy lore check. So that will be your lore skill, whatever ranks you have in that.
Let's see.
Third one down that column. You have nothing in lore.
God.
Yeah.
So it will just be as many greens as you have intellect,
I'm sorry.
and one purple
Okay.
for the dice roll.
Intellect, you have 2.
2. So how many? 2.
2 greens, 1 purple.
2 greens, 1 purple.
Let's see.
You are.
What he brought back.
You're not entirely sure what. You're not entirely sure what which one is a doctor, but you grab the one with the shiniest chest piece on their uniform.
Okay. That makes sense.
That works.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is an old desiccated corpse, so it's not difficult at all for you to just grab it and
Pick it up.
pick it up. Yep. And you
Drag it over here. Throw it.
you bring it back into the biology lab.
DM. Are all these tanks still intact, or are any broken?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, fuck you.
Go investigate one really carefully, really close, that small Caroline crack.
Any difficulty with that, or just you want my general perception roll?
Just a general perception roll.
Okay, cool. Cool. That's 2 successes.
Alrighty. Yeah, you see, all of the tanks are. None of the tanks have shattered, but you do see one of them is like spider-webbed. No fluid is flowing. Like you know, when glass has laminate over it and you smash it and it does that, you know, like all iPhones do ever when you drop them from more than 6 inches up. It's like that.
Deep cut on
Don't like
eyeballs.
that. Don't like that at all. Saker,
Yes.
tank broke.
From the inside or the outside?
You can't really tell. It does seem to be located like right in the middle of it, though. Like right in the middle of the glass, like right on the front of it. It appears as though something very heavy slammed into it from the outside or slammed into it from the inside.
Oh, you're a son of a bitch, DM.
Ito, you know what's great? The way this glass looks like, I bet you there might be something still in there wanting to get out.
Fuck
start
you.
tapping the glass.
Fuck you, Saker. Fuck you. Fuck off. I don't like this. Go away. If you're so fucking confident, you knock on the glass, and I'm going to stand over here.
You're a mean man.
Are these just back to tanks? Pretty much?
Basically, but built to how, as opposed to like heal people, they're just built to house specimens.
Okay.
Dead things.
Yeah, just don't worry. Whatever's in there is probably dead, and I'll just bang, bang, bang.
It's a few fuck. Dio's opposite side of the room, next to the door.
Yeah, next door by himself.
Yeah.
Guns ready. Just in case you know what
It
goes
is. As you knock on it, it almost seems to like, you seem to almost be able to push into it with how like shattered this glass is, but still just holding together because of the lamination over it.
Yeah.
This thing looks
That's
very
good to know.
weak.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a laminate cover.
We gotta be careful not to bump this. Or at least
Yeah.
bump it when Ito goes by. Alright. So we'll grab the shiny bits of the gentleman and use his credentials.
Shiny bits.
Okay, Seika, go ahead and make me an easy computers check.
Oh, I'm a doctor, not a computer scientist. So it's just gonna be straight intelligence.
Yeah.
It's nothing in computers.
It's okay, you're a smart boy.
So that's a green for each one in computer, right? I mean,
It's a green,
intelligence.
green for each intellect, and then one purple. Alrighty, yep. You take the badge, off of the chest, and you like wave it in front of the computer, not really sure what you're doing, but you manage to wave it right over the right part, and it beep and logs you in.
Darylus makes this look so hard.
Hard.
You see, in this computer, there's a manifest of like what's in these tanks. It's just a list of local fauna from several dozen uncharted planets in the sector. Nothing too crazy.
As I go through it, I'm going to find the one that is the tank that's broken.
The tank that's broken houses some sort of it houses a sentient. I'm trying to think
Lord.
of the
Sentient.
word. Yeah, it
Terrible.
housed a.
Don't say housed! How's that implies past 10, but it's not in there anymore.
Or just that it's dead.
It houses some sort of marsupial-like creature that was observed using tools on the planet of Otis or Faustin.
Tool pouch.
But otherwise, that's it. Just various notes like it grows to be about 2.5 meters. Adult males tend to be about 2.5 meters tall, weigh about 200 kilograms.
That's a big animal.
So it's a giant sentient ape.
It's not an ape, it's a marsupial. It's a giant kangaroo.
Oh, this campaign.
Good point.
That uses tools.
I don't want to be part of this anymore.
Hey, Ito, whatever's in there has a pouch for you. You can go for a ride. It has a pouch for you. It can give you love.
I don't like this
So
anymore. Can we just... Is there anything useful in here, or can we leave this creepy-ass room, please? I feel safer with the rest of the people. Mirscar makes me feel safe enough, but it's not. There's only 3 of us.
You do see that there is an audio log saved on this computer.
Hell yeah.
From Chief Science Officer Panok.
Ito, grab a chair. Come sit here. This is going to be story time. From this last science officer, I go for the last entry.
The last entry saved on this computer. I don't know how they actually keep date in Star Wars, because most people just refer to like before Battle of Yavin. But how do people know it's before the Battle of Yavin? Yeah, exactly. But
Saturday.
yeah, but this audio log is from approximately 15, 16 years ago, which you would recognize to be in the last several months of the Clone Wars.
Now wait a minute. The audio is from 15 years ago, but the ship went missing 6.
No, the ship went missing like 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Like 15.
I wrote my note wrong.
It went missing in the last months of the Clone Wars.
Okay.
So the date's about right.
Yeah,
let's enjoy it.
And you hear the voice of Chief Science Officer Panok say, "Well, we are out here doing some routine scans when we found something very unique. I was worried being out here near Korriban, but who knows what sorts of crazy things we find in this sector. But I figured we are far enough away for any of that weird force shit to not bother us. I haven't quite sent a team down yet. We are still arguing with the captain, but I'm sure I can get him on my side. More information to follow. I'm sure those Telosians will be very happy to get their hands on all of these." And you hear like a clink clink. Science Officer Panok, signing off. Oh, one last addendum. I hear we got the bastard. Grievous, he's gone. But it's a good thing. It means I can go home soon. And then closes.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Grievous was here on this ship at a time.
Why do you act scared about this?
He was a legend. He was an absolute legend. We studied about things that he did during the wars when I was in training. But they say that they think they got him, but this isn't where that. Well, I don't know what he was by the time that happened, but he didn't die here, which means they didn't get him. I don't like this. This is lots of red flags. Lots and lots of red flags that I don't want to be a part of.
Nobody here is force sensitive, so you don't have to worry about the guy.
Nah. We're good, and everything looks pretty much dead in here. Can I guess that's why pretty much all the liquid's brown, is everything's probably decayed inside them?
Yeah, I won't even make you roll for that. That's most likely the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's foul.
Yeah. Everything's dead in here, so nothing to play with that I know of.
Alright, going back to the other group down in the engineering deck. You were standing in the kind of there's a large, wide hallway in front of you that kind of goes off into the gloom. Yeah. Behind you is the elevator you just came out of, and to your left and right are two more doors, which seem to be on security lockdown as well.
Darylus,
Yeah.
do your thing.
Say again?
There's locked doors. Do your thing. Sorry, that was unclear. Darylus, would you please unlock these doors?
Still trying to. I had an internet failure. I was still trying to pull everything back out again. 21st century. Why can't you work right? Yeah. Well, how many doors are there?
There's one to your left and one to your right.
One on my left, and the hallway continues onward.
And the hallway just continues into the gloom. There's no red emergency lighting in here.
Is there? Oh, really? Okay. Well, I have the enhanced optics suite on my helmet, so I should be able to see in the dark. What are these? Is there any signage for these doors?
The one on the right is like just maintenance supplies. The other one, the sign has been completely blown off by an air blaster bolt.
Oh, well, what about the control pads? Do they look intact?
The control pads mostly look intact, yeah.
It's interesting that the sign would have been blasted off. Does it look like it was aimed blaster fire on that pad, or was it like just kind of happenstance?
It looks like it was just happenstance. On the keypad on the door on the left, which doesn't have the sign on it, you do see that there is a handprint in this, like a brown handprint on the keypad.
Oh.
Like brown, like old crusty blood brown.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
His hand input on there.
Exactly the same coloration as all the streak marks
streak
going.
Of blood we saw before. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's
then,
not just a streak. It's like dozens of streaks just going off into the darkness in front of you.
No, I got you. Okay, so does it look like that handprint is identifying any kind of like pattern, or a or set of numbers that maybe might, or of entries that might be part of the problem, or can I maybe hack it just by deduction rather than actually plugging into it, or do I need to plug it in? So?
The most you can deduce is that someone was trying to open this door, and something got to them.
Got it. Oh, it looks like that. Okay, that's a little different than I was thinking. Okay, I just thought somebody who was bloody typed their way in. Okay, cool. Yeah. Then in that case, I will plug in and hack the door. Let me get my.
As you plug in.
Up. As you pull fantasy comes back up, so someone's gonna have to roll for me.
Yeah. As you plug into this door, you notice that there is like the data you start getting on your data pad is a level 1 lockdown on these doors, on this door anyway.
Level 1 being higher than level 2, or level 1 being lower than level 2?
Level 1 being the highest.
Like to mix up. Yeah, I had a feeling. Okay.
Being
tracking. Okay. So otherwise known as a hard difficulty check.
So it will actually be daunting, which is 4 purples.
Oh God.
Okay.
And I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip a token to upgrade one of those.
Ooh,
you bastard.
Okay.
All right. That's okay. 1 second here. I got a few things for that. All right. Let me. Come on, Finn. Will somebody roll for me, please? I'm gonna need.
I
Here, I
got
can
it.
do it. Oh, you got
Thank
it?
you.
I
I'm
got
gonna
it,
need.
yeah.
I'm gonna need 4 for my intellect, and then that's gonna be 4 for. Sorry, 3 for my computer. So, 3 yellows,
So
1
3
green,
yellows.
and
Okay.
then obviously the difficulty, and then also 1 blue for my bypass security check. And then another blue for Codebreaker. It's my other talent that helps me do this kind of stuff.
Sure.
And then if I fail that, I get a reroll.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So
All
let's
right.
see how did I do.
And you succeed with 3
Ooh.
success and 3 threat.
Thank you, sir. 3 threats. That's tasty. Awesome.
So it takes a significant amount of time to run this.
I 25% less time than it would because of my other talent.
Oh well, there you go. As opposed to it taking an hour to get through this, this takes you 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
But eventually the door, beep, red, orange, green, unseals. You see that there is a large stack of crates. Thanks. There's a large stack of crates in kind of also blocking the door as well, and you can hear a faint beeping noise from the other side of the crates.
Beeping noise. Oh.
Okay, interesting.
Oh,
Oh,
you
No,
did
no,
it. You
no,
got.
it's all good.
Someone's back
Well, we
in the
didn't bring
truck.
anybody strong down here
Yeah,
except
the
Bean.
driver right
So,
there.
Bean, can you
I'm-
move these crates?
Ah!
Go, Bingo.
Tries to push him.
You can
Go
lift
ahead
10 times
and make
the
a hard athletics check.
Ha!
Well, hard athletics check.
Oh,
Ooh.
lots of advantage. Look at all that advantage.
Hey.
You push, and you push, and you push as hard as you can, but you don't seem to even make any sort of leeway in pushing these crates.
What?
All right. Look around for
That's
something
right.
to maybe help lever.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing that you can see. No sort of crowbars or levers or anything like that.
On our data. What's this room for? What does this room kind of appear to be?
This is like engineering, like main office, I guess.
Okay.
This is sort of like this is where the chief of engineering would kind of like oversee everything. It's a pretty big room.
You gotta go place.
Yeah, it's like chief of engineering, also kind of like the pit, I suppose, where
Yeah.
people bring individual components to be worked on, and stuff like that.
Got it. Yeah, this is definitely where we need to go then, for sure. Let's see if let's open up the storage room and see if we can get something out of there that might help us open this door. So I guess I'll hack that too.
Yep, it'll be the same sort of roll.
Yes, please roll for me again because
Yes.
Phoenix Grounds is still not opening for me for some reason.
Okay.
We've done it 3
Wow.
times.
Jeez.
Triumph!
Woo! It's a piece of
Tasty.
cake.
That is a heck of a roll. So you run the same program that you finally used to get through this one door, the door behind you, and after it takes 10 minutes this time. So after a beep beep beep, ba-da-doop, and you see inside the same sort of rancid smell as before. hit you.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
This is probably about like a 10-foot by 10-foot just storage closet.
Mm-hmm.
But there, slouched against the wall in front of you, is another desiccated corpse. This time in kind of engineering coveralls, with the light blaster pistol clutched in its right hand. And you can see on the top of the head, there's a huge hole in it.
Ooh.
A huge what?
There's a huge hole in the top of the head. Yeah.
Ooh, does it like something bashed it in, or like something crashed out of it?
Go ahead and make an easy medicine check.
Well, that would be for me. Let's see, your 4 intellect and medicine. Where is that? Oh, it's 0. So 4 greens, please.
All right, 4 greens. Upon further inspection, you gingerly approach the corpse. I would imagine, maybe like pick up a mop and like poke it a couple times, just to
ready. Here, let me get my prop gun over here real quick. My
but as you
coming down on it, like
as you approach. You do notice, and you inspect it. It looks like something came out of the top, but as you look, you also see that there's a hole underneath the chin.
Oh,
as well.
so like he got shot.
A suicide.
Oh, yeah, that too.
That's not so bad. Okay, I was thinking bugs.
What? Why were you thinking bugs?
I was worried about space bugs.
Oh.
Brain bugs.
Space bugs other than you.
I was
Would
worried
you
about
like to know more?
Space bugs.
I thought I was the only space bug.
No, Bean, no, you're not a space bug. You're an insectoid humanoid. Like you're an insectoid person. Like you're not a bug.
Why does
Bugs are
Dio
small
call
and
me bug all
annoying.
the time?
Bugs are small and annoying, and sometimes dangerous.
Then why does
Bad way.
Dio call me that?
Because he's racist.
What?
And he's not
Dio's
here
a
to
bad
defend
person,
himself.
and we shouldn't like him.
He's
Oh,
speciesist.
I didn't know.
We're only using him until we don't have to anymore, because that's the job.
Oh. Okay.
Is everybody else in the room while you're saying this?
Yes,
It's
they
just
said
you and
that.
me?
Just you.
And Cheeto
Well,
Hot.
Cheeto Han is there.
Yeah,
I don't know. Are you? I assume you are.
he's like,
Yeah, I
I don't know. I don't.
I mean,
I
I didn't
really know
say
the guy.
anything that I didn't say anything that would be like weird. Like we're all on a job. We don't know each other from before the job. Like nothing I said is weird. It's just, yeah, we're only working with this guy. Like he's a racist and we shouldn't like him. Like I didn't say I was going to kill him or anything.
Well, anyways.
So, anyways.
He's speciesist.
But yeah, so this guy killed himself. Okay. That's not so bad. I mean, if he's stuck himself in his
He's locked in
room
the
and couldn't really
closet.
get out, I'd probably kill myself too. Like, that's, a thing.
Upon further inspection, writing off of that same medicine roll, you do notice that there are other splotches of blood kind of on his dried blood on his engineer's coveralls. And more specifically, there is a large tear taken out of the calf area.
Tear. Like something bit him?
Make some bit it or
Like an injury?
This body has been locked in here for 15, 16 years. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it does look like something may have bit him.
Oh.
See, you know, I was worried about the space bug thing, and you made me. Oh no, it's a guy who just shot himself. Okay, cool. But now you're bringing back the space bug thing.
Might not be a bug.
Yeah, it
It's
might
like a
not be a
space
bug.
tiger.
Come on, Mike, you're killing me over here. You're killing
That
me,
is so much
Small.
worse.
I mean, yeah. The part of me who's seen Alien goes, well, if I got bit by an alien facehugger, I'd probably shoot myself too. But Darylis is more atheist than that. He's not terribly freaked out by that. I don't think he's really. I think he's more in denial than anything, though. So, is there anything in this room that could possibly help us get in past the boxes in the other room?
Go ahead and everyone in that room can go ahead and make a perception check.
Difficulty?
You know, I'm just going to get dice because for some reason, Fantasy Grounds is just not loading.
Womp womp.
I don't know why my Fantasy Grounds stopped loading, but it's just not loading. I apologize.
No worries.
Said easy, right?
Yeah, easy perception check.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So 2, and 1. Got it.
Nope. Nothing for Chitohan either.
Okay. I got a blank space on the purple, and I got 2 blaster marks on a yellow, a triumph on a yellow, a triumph on a green, and 2 blaster marks on another green. I think
Oh, thank God.
that's a success, and a triumph, right?
Yeah. You actually find like a big, sturdy-looking metal pole that you could probably, very easily use to wedge in between crates and kind of pry them apart.
Just yank it out of the wall. Ha! Bean! We have it!
Oh. Oh, good.
There.
And run across the hall to put it in there and try to start wedging across boxes.
Yes, and we are going to go back up to the lab level.
Perfect
with
timing.
all of the other boys. In the biology lab, it seems as though there's really nothing here.
We'll step
We're
out.
in-
To relief.
We're in the life support area. Surely there's a way for us to check over what exactly happened here, or maybe we have to get the full power on first.
Well, I thought we tried biology. You might as well see what's going on in the doctor's office. The medical
Take
page.
a quick once over of everything in here just to see if anything sticks out.
Mm-hmm.
Which room? The biology room. Just give it one more quick once over.
I'll give it once more terrified once over before going out, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make an easy perception check. Go ahead and
Okay.
just roll purple. On top of that, yeah.
And
Yeah, okay, you're good. No, nothing really of interest. This is just, other than all of these tanks. That seems to be about it.
right, I think that's good. Miska, do me a massive favor.
Yes.
When we leave this room, can you use this very big, scary Trandoshan hands to pull the door shut to make sure, this door does not get opened again?
Yeah.
Thank you, I'll feel a lot safer.
You can shut the door again easily enough, and you hear it as the mag locks.
Magnetic steel.
Come back together.
Done.
Thank
But yeah,
you.
there's still the chemistry lab. There is still the archaeology sort of department as well. There is the med bay, and then kind of all the way at the end of this is main life support.
Oh, main life support's like near.
Mhm.
Oh, bloody hell. I think that's a
that's
priority.
what we thought.
Yeah, we'll go there first.
Yeah.
Or second.
Ito, you can go. Ito, go ahead and make me an easy lore check.
Oh, goody. I'm great at these. Oh, actually, I'm not awful. That's just 3 greens. Her. Oh yes.
Okay. So you would know that on its standard, from your time in the Imperial Navy, you would know that typically life support has its own system generators. So that if anything happens on the engineering deck, and say the engines go out and the reactor dies, everyone on the ship just isn't screwed. So life support tends to generate its own power.
Flame projector out. Shall we
Oh,
go
that would
have
have
an
been great to know earlier.
Should we see what the damage is in there, and then maybe report back into the others downstairs?
Yeah, we can do that because I mean we've closed off the bio lab, which we know is absolutely safe and secure, and have locked it up, so we can't go back there to hide. So yeah, we can potentially bottleneck ourselves into some monster.
Ah,
I hate when you're right.
Relax, you're fine.
You don't make it sound like I'm very fine, Seika.
What was that? Oh.
You make it sound like I get my face clawed off by some 2.5 meter tall marsupial.
He's right here.
Not
man.
Mirzgar.
Um,
Screw it, bravery time. Let's go have a
I'm
look.
gonna armor me from a Wookiee.
Let's go for the lab.
It takes
Life support.
about 35-40 minutes to walk all the way there. You know,
Oh, it's far.
if I walked, the movie would be over. Exactly. You got to have the Spaceballs reference. But it does take you a good chunk of time as you are walking there. You hear like creaking, like the ship is just like, and if you listen closely, you almost hear someone speaking, like whispers almost, and then you think you hear it over your shoulder, and you turn around. There's nothing. You know, I mean, maybe for the sake of your show are having their own private conversation, but there is
probably just something with the mics, probably the communes from them, some overlap. It's okay. We're good. We got more stuff. We don't need.
But eventually you get to life supports. And the door to life support is locked down.
What can do this?
We'll hack it.
Mirzgar one side, me the other. Let's crack this thing open.
Okay.
I'm getting the feeling that Mike designed this adventure today specifically to thwart us in our fact that we all went different directions, with all the tech going to one side and all the strength going to the other.
All right, so I need Mirzgar and Ido to both give me hard athletics checks. So it's 3 purples on athletics.
How? 1 failure for me. I have 3 brawn. He's a tough boy.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh no, he didn't roll any of his positive.
Didn't roll any greens.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
now,
greens.
Oh, the wings? I think it's the
Let's
purples.
see.
You're 4. You got your 4 in strength.
Okay, so
You're 4 in brawn.
I think you have 2 ranks in athletics too. So that'd be 2 greens and 2 yellows.
Damn, he's
okay,
strong.
put it around.
He's strong.
He a muscly boy.
Pardon?
Okay, so go through that again. You got 2 yellows.
Yeah, 2 greens, 2 yellows, and go ahead and just roll that. And we'll compare it against the results here.
Okay.
Please, Mirzgar.
Nope, not quite. One
The same.
failure.
As we're struggling, can I take the security clearance that the guy still has and wave it over the keypad?
You wave it over the keypad, and it beeps, and it says access denied.
Hurry up.
Lacking security clearance. But
Wow, what did we get? Like the Henson? Yeah.
so you
The chief science officer doesn't even get in this bloody room.
so you
Oh, I hate this.
and pull with all of your might in your sky, and it starts to separate. It opens up 2 inches, 3 inches,
I'm strong.
5,
That's an
a
eyeball.
foot, 2 feet, and you feel your claws digging into the metal and starting to slip, and then you let go, and clangs together.
Aww.
Ooh.
Okay, maybe we should stretch first. Hold on. Yeah, let's.
You will
Sega's
not.
just gonna chill against the wall watching these bruisers go at it.
When I
Right.
get it open like that again.
Let's give it a proper
Get in
crack this
between.
time.
What was that?
Smudge up in between.
Okay. Go ahead and again give me hard strength checks.
Come on, this time. This time. This time.
Is it been before?
All right. Yeah. So same roll as before. 3 purples, 2 yellows, 2 greens.
Go on, Miska. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You manage to hold it open
Yeah.
just long enough for one of you to get through the door.
Go, go, go.
I'll shove Dom.
You fuck!
I found the sign
Dom.
he had hidden.
You go through the doors, and Mirsky, that's when you feel the last little mote of strength that you're able to give that's starting to give out, and you don't want to get crushed by the door. And then
Yes.
Ooh,
I
threw out
fucking
one other
hate
side.
you, Staker. The
you don't
genuine
hear
word.
anything. There's Seika, you don't hear anything coming from the other side of the door.
What an improvement.
Oh. I hope he's all right.
I don't care.
Okay. The aliens hate Dom. I love this.
Where is it? The gun thermal sights. Multi-optic sight. Let's.
There are still red emergency lights in here. It's not completely dark.
Yeah,
It's
see-
downstairs.
It's kind of fitting
you
for a
see-
backdrop.
Yeah. There's
Yeah, he does.
rows and rows of lockers down here, or in here. Rows and rows of lockers. They seem to be strewn about. Knocked over. You see several that have the doors ripped open. But you see in front of you there is a white wall with glass on it, and you see there inside there's all behind the glass wall there's all of the life support components, and you do see that there's a terminal there that's beep 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 as a softly blinking orange light on it.
Okay, I want to get these doors open as quick as possible, so let's just creep over to that and see if I can get it on. So I can get
Okay,
the big people in here.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Oh, don't make me stealth, that means there's something to be stealthy from! Oh, you suck! Fine.
Better than me dealing with it.
Or just you want the stealth roll.
Just stealth.
Cool. 3 successes to advantage, I'm quite quiet.
That's a lot.
Okay. Let's see.
He's making a fucking opposed roll! Stop it! Enough! Enough of this! I don't want to be here! I don't want to be here by myself!
So I currently have my rolls turned off do you see the shadow die?
Yes, that's how we know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
shadow, but we don't know what the result is. That terrifies me.
It's
So see you
actually
rolling.
so perfect.
The shadows
Yes.
go through. They
It's
sink
actually
in.
more terrifying. Exactly.
It's
Oh,
just like being able to hear you roll behind your screen in real life, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. So you step
Real
forward,
life.
take another step forward, take another step forward,
You suck. You're an
take
asshole.
another step forward, and your foot comes down on a shard of glass.
Comes down on what?
And on a shard of glass, and it shatters underneath your boot with the loud sound. Ito, immediately the locker about a meter to your right just starts shaking.
Oh! Right. Pistol flamethrower. Oh my god. Stop.
It just starts shaking, and you hear something inside of it as it's shaking, and it falls over, but it's still shaking on the ground.
Systems on. Get the systems on. Okay, now not being stealthy. Let's open these fucking doors. Get the man with the big fucking lightsaber-like thing in here immediately.
I'm tired.
Don't
Okay.
you say you're tired, Mirska? My life is in danger.
Tired of that.
Okay. Go ahead
Wow.
and give me a hard computers check,
Oh,
Ito.
good. Goody. Come on, luck be with me. Don't fuck me, dice. Fuck me, dice.
In your let's see.
Can I be trying to
You're-
access the door or the other side?
In your panic,
Oh, no.
in your panic, you're not quite able to, oh shit, you have to like holster both of your guns. You're typing in the keyboard. Your fingers are, your hands are shaking. You're just straight up not having a good time right now.
No.
And that's when the locker bursts open.
Can I be trying to open
And-
up the door on my side with the keypad?
I'm opening it slightly with the strength I have.
Let's see, Seika, go ahead and make me a hard computers check. Ito, this is what you see. You see, you immediately recognize the shape of someone wearing Phase 2 clone trooper armor crawling out of this locker. And they slowly pick themselves up, and you see bits of armor are completely missing off of their left arm. You see gray flesh. You see bone. You see bits of black ichor dripping. And you see half of the helmet is torn off, and you see, a cheek ripped off, and you just see slavering jaws underneath it.
You fucking suck, lazy
So-
bone.
I need you to make me a hard discipline check, Ito.
Yeah.
He's coming up here in a bit.
Oh wow.
You need your rhymes.
No, I don't pass it.
You've flown in combat plenty of times. You've shot down X-wings. Your TIE fighter back home before it got shot down had rows and rows of marks on it. Showing your skill. You have never felt more afraid as you do now.
Both in the game and here.
Staring right at you.
I
It lets
almost
out.
feel guilty.
I turn on my comm and just start shouting, "Fucking space zombies!" to anyone who's listening on the team. And just panic and scream.
Okay.
Oh, too loud.
Go ahead and make me a cool check. This is initiative. This is an initiative roll.
No! Oh, you suck. Fine. Okay.
You do have a flamethrower.
Did his effing zombies come through? On the
It came
headset?
through the comm link. It didn't come through the door.
So we can hear.
Let's see.
Wow. Gargling.
Okay.
Whale.
It fumbles, or you fumble to draw either of your weapons soon enough, and suddenly it seems to cross the distance to you with inhuman speed, like
No.
way quicker than you were expecting.
Fast
this thing.
zombies!
Bad zombies.
Yeah.
Just
Bye.
like
World War Z
even with
zombies.
it even with it tripping over all of the debris in this room, it still managed to reach you in a shocking, a shocking amount of quickness. Let's see,
Wow.
and it's just going to attempt to tackle you to the ground.
No.
Let's see.
So much.
That is 2 successes with 2 advantage on its attack roll against you.
Bastard!
I'm going to turn that up.
That against you.
You take 7 damage.
Ah,
Okay, I've got 5 soak. That's okay.
Oh yeah, we're all like fucking amazing tanks now.
2 damage. Okay.
But more scarily is the claws raking across the eyepieces to your helmet, and you feel it, trying to get under the plates of your armor, and it, drips of black ichor coming out of its mouth and dripping onto the eyepieces, obscuring your vision slightly. It is your turn.
Still screaming down my comlink, help me, please! This car, save me! I'm going to, is it on me? Like, am I getting...
Yeah, you are like pinned underneath of it.
You suck. Right, okay, how do I get out of this? Is it an action or a maneuver to try and get out from underneath it?
It would be your maneuver.
Yeah, I want to try and get the hell out from underneath this fucking space zombie.
Okay.
Put on a grenade.
You manage to disengage from it. You were still laying on the ground. You managed to crawl out from underneath it. It's about 3 feet away from you, and it's looking very hungry.
Yeah, good. Okay, so I'm going to reach to my belt, screaming, take out my new flame projector, point it right at it, and scorched earth this. Everything in front of me is burning.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack, and add 2 blacks. 1 black for you being scared of this.
Wow.
And another black because of your attachment, turning it into a ranged heavy to a ranged light.
That is right, yes, indeed.
And I'm going to flip a token to increase the difficulty from 1 purple to 1 red.
Wow.
Cool.
So, hang on,
Right.
so that's 2 blacks, and what else?
2 blacks
1
and a
red.
red for your difficulty, and then whatever your ranged
Okay.
light roll is.
Wow.
Fire!
Not good.
Oh,
What?
well, we have both a triumph and a despair, which I
What
believe
does
just
it
cancel each
mean?
other out.
Okay,
No,
that's
no,
fine.
no, 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 they don't, Mike.
Oh, they don't.
Don't
Huge
fucking
narrative
say that.
success, huge narrative failure.
Narrative failure.
That's what
Okay.
makes them so fun.
All right.
Oh no, huge narrative failure. That
I
does
am
not
the
sound
pioneer
good.
of these things.
so he
Okay.
kills it, but now he's on fire.
Yeah, that's
He killed it, but he's
well.
infected.
He might not kill it. That's the thing. You need to go ahead and roll damage. Or how much damage does that deal?
It does 8, but then it also has a 3 burn, 8 blast. Whatever that means for this.
That means you're gonna get hit.
So that's 10 damage of fire initially, and then whatever the burn and blast does to anything around it, or to it, or to me.
Let's see. Where's my screen with all the handy dandy crits on it? You do deal a crit because. So let's roll that crit. Here, we'll go ahead and do that.
Burn it.
A 57, an agonizing wound.
Okay.
Like he wasn't agonized before. Now this creature now fears the living.
That's a good one. It increases the difficulty of all brawn-related checks until the end of the encounter.
Good.
Okay, so it deals. So that's 10 damage. Okay, and
Blast.
yes.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So you blast this thing with a huge mote of fire out of the end of your flame projector, completely forgetting in your panic that your feet are also, extend past. So you burn the hell out of your feet, taking 8 damage.
Oh, why?
It's the same as the blast.
Fuck. Okay.
I'm making cyber legs.
What is the major narrative success here? That I have to become a cyborg?
But the major narrative success is that you kill this thing instantly. Like the smell of burning flesh fills the air. Doesn't smell good at all. But after the flame clears, you see this thing still on fire reaches out, pulls itself towards you even closer, and then just collapses. The flesh, you've completely melted the flesh off of its exposed face, and as you take a moment to inspect it, you see this thing, you've completely burned it to a crisp.
Nice.
Bacon.
Wow.
Oh.
I just tap the comms and just go, Miska, it's dead.
We're still trying to get to you. We were strapping grenades to the door, but now I guess we'll take the grenades off.
I burned my legs. I think I can get up, but they really hurt. Okay.
Darylis will come in and be like, is Dio still with us?
Just kill the space zombie. All's good.
Ego.
Are you
And
sure
kind
that
of
was a
silently
zombie?
mouths, "Rats."
Define zombie.
It was moving and it was dead and it looked awful. It was a space zombie.
It was dead.
Moving dead.
taking-
That's awful.
Taking a cursory glance over the armor of this clone trooper, you see that it was a lieutenant.
Killed lieutenant. Cool. It's a promotion in the books.
Re-killed.
TK.
And you do notice hanging off of its belt, surprisingly unscathed from your torrent of fire, looks like a security badge.
Yep. Yep.
So, what exactly happened? Where did it come from?
It was in a locker in the main life support hangar, and I might have burnt it into pieces, but hold on a second. I'm going to try the pass on the door between me and the healer and the tank.
Yep. It beep, slides on open, not a problem.
Just,
Hey!
white as a sheet and shaking, just...
All right.
No.
What happened to you?
Space zombie.
I guess we get that wave of cooked flesh.
Oh yeah.
I got security clearance now. Lieutenant's level security clearance. There's space
I
zombies
glanced
on
down
the
at his
ship.
feet. How bad is he?
It
I mean,
looks
I've only-
pretty rough.
I've only taken a total of 5 points of damage due to my soak, but, I've been crisped.
Sit down. Miscard, go see what this thing he calls a space zombie is, and I'll start attending to his feet.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead and make a medicine check, Seika.
All right. So I've got 3
This would be
hits in
this
that.
would be easy. This would be
Okay.
an easy medicine check.
So it's only 1 purple, right?
Yep.
For difficulty. And then it's yellows for every dot I have, right?
Yellow for every pip you have in medicine,
Okay.
and then a green. Yeah.
All right. And a green for what?
So you have greens equal to the number you have in the related characteristic. So you're an intellect's 4, I believe.
Right.
And then
Okay.
every pip that you have in a skill upgrades a green to a yellow.
Well, upgrades a green to a yellow. Okay.
Mhm.
There we go. That makes sense.
All right. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you heal all of your wounds, and you do give your friend Ito a nice little bit of sedative to
Yes.
to get him to,
Really?
to calm down a little bit.
I'm sure there's no anymore.
Milk of the puppy.
And once he's
Yes.
chilled, then I'll go join Mistgar checking it out.
It's burnt to a crisp. There's really nothing that you can ascertain from this thing other than that it is bits of flesh fused to plasteel fused to bone.
He was scared of charcoal.
Sexy.
This guy's been
It
dead for a
was a
while.
thing before I burnt it. And it was missing like half its face, and it was crawling and snarling and dripping black.
So it was dead, you're saying. The dead don't walk.
Yeah, normally not. Like in my experience, when they're dead, they usually don't start moving and biting and snarling and ripping. But this one did, so.
It's such a Scooby-Doo moment. Like Shaggy's the one who freaks out the most all the time, and yet Scooby and Shaggy are the first ones to see the ghosts.
Rapping.
Rito.
Can we just get the life support back on, please, to support those down in the hangar bay so maybe things can work better? And then I can go cry somewhere for a few hours.
All right, I'll go
Highly
work to
productive
turn
activity.
everything back on.
Yeah, so you use the badge that you found on the corpse
The badge,
to log into a life support, and you see that the life support is off across the entire ship, except for the fighter control bridge.
Which
It
is not where we came in. is it?
No. Ito, actually, you would remember this. The fighter control bridge is one of 2 bridges, because the Venator has the double bridge design. The fighter control bridge, as you were coming in, you noticed that it had its blast shields up over
Yes,
the
it did.
viewports.
Okay.
Like one
And-
70-year-old dude just hanging out up there.
I don't think we're alone on this ship.
And also the life support has been also configured to power the external auto turret defense grid as well.
I just turn on the comms down to the ones in the downstairs area and go, "We're not alone on this ship," and I don't just mean Walking Dead creatures. There's someone in the main hangar, the main bridge.
Fighter control bridge, not the hangar.
Yeah. So yeah, someone's still there.
Hey, are you sure?
The life support is being directed so that it powers that area pretty much exclusively. Blast shields are still up, and I think there's someone on this ship probably watching us.
Well, then they're being a very bad host.
Damn well agree.
Well,
See if
while
I
we're
can't-
here, we could just turn down their oxygen levels, make them a little drowsy. Walk
Let's
in
see what we
and
can
find out what it is.
Well, perhaps we should pay this person a visit before we get too farther into any of our other tasks.
Aye. Let's see what we can do from here, and we'll meet up with you when you're done down there. Good luck.
I look at
We're in great
Daryl,
space, aren't we?
looks at Bean, and just like kind of that unspoken, should we do what he says or should we do what we want to do?
Whatever works.
Yeah, whatever works. It sounds
All
like
right.
something really spooked him. Things seem. Well, I don't know. I'm slightly
I
unnerved.
think that he probably saw a dead body fall out of a locker, and then freaked out. And he's been terrified this entire time. He probably
That's
just
true.
thought this dead body leaped out of it at him. When he opened the locker and it probably just fell open on him.
And he dropped his gun on his legs.
And then he burned his feet.
Well, did you see the size of that gun?
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense. That seems
Should we get the ship
plausible.
back online, or should we go worry about these people up in this potential person up in the fighter control bay?
Let's get the ship online.
All right, let's do it. So yeah, well, when it's back to us, I guess we're going to continue doing that.
Yep, and that's what we're going to go back to. We'll go back down to
yeah, so we got
engineering.
that bar.
Oh boy.
We got that bar. So should probably help.
I'd say-
Jobbies
yeah.
back there.
Between the four of you, you easily managed to just wedge it and pry it on open. Just you still hear that beeping noise coming from the other side as well.
All right. Well.
But you have a big enough. You were able to get a big enough gap in between the crates that were blocking this door that you could all shimmy through it one at a time.
Holden. All right. So yeah, let's do that. I'll
Okay,
shimmy
who's
through
first?
It's fine. I'll go through first.
Okay.
It's fine.
Darylis, you shimmy through, and on the other side, the first thing that you see are more blaster marks just everywhere, all over this room.
Alright.
But then you hear the beep, beep, beep go to beep, beep, beep. And as you look up, you see that there are two auto turrets that have suddenly just acquired you.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
And-
hi.
Ah!
They are both going to fire at you.
Zombie
All
turrets! Zombie turrets!
All right.
Okay. So the first one is a miss. Ooh. All right.
Good.
Does it just have a black? That was very lucky.
Beep. Did I forget to mention he's got his
Oh
turret
wait,
still on?
no, I forgot to add difficulty to that. Whoops. That was
Okay.
my bad.
Well, he definitely missed.
Yeah, but it missed anyway. So
Yeah.
I'll just roll these just to see what happens. Yeah. Okay. All right, it's two. And I'm giving you a black because you do have that camouflage on your armor, right?
Yeah. I got a. Yeah, we talked about that during the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. I gotta look. I actually gotta write it down. I didn't write it down.
But it like hides you from optics, right?
Yeah. It's it. That's what it does. Essentially yes.
Yeah, it's like thermal camo. So that's what that black
Yeah.
means. Is that these things that just have a harder time acquiring you. Ooh.
Oop, that one didn't.
All right.
There's 3 of them.
No, there's only 2 of them. I forgot to roll difficulty on the
I was
first.
like,
One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's only 2 of them. But as you shimmy out, one of them goes beep beep, it lets out a string of blaster bolts that kind of rake right above your head. And as you manage to kind of shimmy out and get to the side, the other one beep 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 and lets out a string of blaster bolts, hitting you dead center of mass. You take 10 damage.
Okay.
you're
10
okay.
damage. So I'm fine. So.
This is why I went with the healer and the tank.
Okay, so that's soap. That's what you choose. So 10, huh? That's a lot.
Blaster turrets, man.
That's a lot. Okay. Let's not do that again. Yeah.
So how do we get in there then?
Do I have enough
There's
time to
still-
get out?
No, you do not have enough time to shimmy back through. You
Is
are
there something
in
I can hide behind?
Yeah, there's plenty of just debris strewn around in here and crates that you
I'm
can
gonna
pick up
duck
behind.
down behind. I'm gonna find cover and cower and seriously just duck and hold and make as small as a target as I possibly can make.
Okay, I need everyone to go ahead and give me vigilance for
That was
Okay.
initiative rolls.
We're not all in there, are we?
No, but
Will
you're
be.
all outside, and you heard the blasters go off.
We
You
are
definitely
entering
would have
combat
heard
if we
that.
Want to help them?
Yes.
So what's that?
Not great. Oh,
Because
pretty
Varus
good.
should not have to handle combat himself. Combat by yourself is very terrifying.
2 wounds.
Yes.
Oh, we can't do anything yet. We're
Yes.
up deck.
Yeah, yeah, Darylus, go ahead, and I need a vigilance check from you.
Oh, B2? Okay, cool. 1 sec. How do I do that? 1. It's cunning, right? Will. Okay, so 1. There we go. It's 5.
Gary did ask a good question. Can we hear this gunfire going on?
No, you guys, there's a whole deck in between you
Oh,
guys.
several decks, actually, probably, right?
Yeah, there's a solid like 200 meters of, if
Ship?
not more, of just ship in between all of you guys. It's not blocking
Okay.
comms, so
I ship it.
that's. Yeah,
If we were actively
okay.
talking to you, maybe you would have heard it.
let's see. Okay, so up
We just
first
pull out
in
the food
the
and start eating.
up first in initiative order is Darylus.
I'm gonna, if I'm making as big as a hole as small as a target as I possibly can, can I make it? Obviously, I'm behind cover, so I have an advantage to being hit that way. But do I have? I don't remember if there's an action that kind of lets me be even harder to hit.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Then I will
Not unless
stim
you have
pack
a talent
myself.
for it.
Then I will stim pack
Yeah.
myself while hiding.
Okay, cool. That is your action. You-
And scream at the rest of you guys. Turrets! Watch out for the turrets!
you know,
I
Plug
forgot
your-
to mention the turrets.
okay. So next would be Daska. It would take you a maneuver to shimmy through the gap in front of you.
Which you just told me there's turrets through there? Is there anything I could do about the turrets? Shooting turret seems pointless.
I mean, you can think.
You can't destroy
blow
them. Yeah.
Wait a second. I guess hello cat. Would throwing a grenade at it do any good?
Oh, yeah.
Would it
Yeah.
kill somebody in the process? Sorry.
It might kill a turret
Cat.
if you hit.
Okay.
But
Well, let's try and throw that at it. What do I roll to try and throw one of my grenades at it?
okay. It would be a medium ranged light check, and I'm going to, instead of spending a token to upgrade it to a red, I'm just going to adjudicate because you don't know where either of the turrets are in the room. I'm gonna upgrade one of those purples to a red.
Okay, well, this is going to go very poorly.
You're just indiscriminately throwing a grenade into a room.
Can I like, kind of, I don't want to come all the way in the room, but can I like shuffle in so that I can like just poke my head in and get a glance and see if I can identify where they are first?
I mean, it's a tight fit. It would definitely be a maneuver. It's a maneuver to get through the gap in front of you.
But I don't want to go all the way into the room. Is that okay? Can I use my maneuver to do that, or would I have to go all the way in?
You could maneuver in and then spend a strain to maneuver all the way back out.
Oh.
Wait, I think I have ability related to that. But let's do that so that I'm not just blindly throwing this grenade.
Okay.
Run.
We're actually planning ahead to move?
Crazy.
That?
Madness. Sounds like
Trying
cheating to me.
Ensure party safety? What about this?
Okay, so you spend a maneuver and shimmy in, and you can see, you look over to your left immediately in the gap, and you see Darylus, pumping himself full of stim behind a crate, while both of these blaster turrets are just, firing up, filling this room with blaster bolts. You almost take one yourself in the process, and then you take one strain as you shuffle on out. You now know where the two blaster turrets are. They're in the opposite corners of the room.
And I think I can safely throw a grenade at that without accidentally killing Darylus.
Yes.
I'm gonna toss a grenade in that general direction. It's probably gonna go really poorly.
Come on.
Go ahead and
I
make
still have one.
It would just be two purples, because now you know where the turrets are.
Okay.
You got this.
Ooh.
No, I don't. That's because I'm trying.
You lob it over the crate, and you hear it tink, 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 and then a loud explosion. But you can still hear the blaster bolts going off. Darylus, Darylus, you just see a grenade just kind of fly over the crates and land in a pile of debris, kind of like 10-ish meters in front of you, and it just detonates. Yeah, you're not pelted by anything. It's just really annoying.
He's like, what the deuce?
I'm also going to, now that I'm out there, I'm going to be like, hey, and tell everybody else where the turrets are, and be like, sorry, I don't think that was helpful, but I know where they are now.
They know they're going to throw the grenade the other direction.
Yeah, Cheetah-Han is going to be like, I'm not going in there. I'm not getting paid for this. And,
that little coward.
But Bean, it is your turn.
Oh yeah, Bean is shouting like, Darylus, are you all right? As he's like shoving his way through with his big blaster and everything.
It's a bit tricky, but that's your maneuver.
Get the turrets!
Yeah, Bean is easily just maneuver in there, and yeah, let's unload.
Right.
I'm gonna turn on auto fire so I can get the extra difficulty, but if I get enough advantage, I can hit him real good.
Okay, so that would be a medium speed 2. Because now that you're on the other side, you're technically within short range. So it would be a medium check.
Alrighty, here we go. Yeah.
All right. Do you want to crit one of them or activate auto fire?
I'm gonna activate auto fire to hit them both. That is going to be. It's going to be 17 on the first and 14 on the second.
Fuck!
Jeez.
Damage. Yeah.
Yeah, you just, full on, full stream of bolts just rake across both of these things, and they both detonate.
Please tell me that from the grenade explosion, like a piece of cloth debris goes for like a headband over him as Bean standing there playing weights and everything.
Bean is very good at shooting things.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'll
See
say.
that.
Alrighty. You've taken out. Congratulations, you have solved my turret puzzle.
Yeah. That's how I solve all the puzzles.
Puzzle.
Bean extends a hand towards Daryl. Like, are you okay? Are you all right?
I think so, but I'm not perfect. I am definitely injured.
No, Daryl, you are perfect.
I need some
Just the
time.
way you are.
And
Don't
it
be so
wouldn't
down on
be-
yourself.
It wouldn't be a bad thing to see our friend Seika in the med bay when we're done. Here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I would probably. How much? I can't see. I wasn't. I forgot because I was looking for med packs and I got distracted on the PDF. But
a stim pack recovers 5 wounds.
thank you. I would like to take another one then, and heal up the
This
rest.
time
Of
it would only recover 4 wounds.
it would
Stim
only
packs-
what? So
So
5 and
every
then
time you
4.
every time you use a stim pack, it reduces the number of wounds that you recover.
Yeah, got it.
Until you sleep for 8 hours.
Okay, tracking. Got it. And that's what I needed anyway, so that's fine. So I will take 2 of those, and I will be back up to full healthish. And yeah,
Healthy-ish, yeah.
yeah, be health-y-ish. And then that's the threat for the room. So what else do we see in here?
You do see there is a sort of a like a prefab office. So you know how some people will plop down an office in the middle of a room. There's one of those that has foreman on it, or chief engineer. You see one of those kind of over in the corner underneath where one of the turrets exploded. And otherwise there's just lots and lots and lots of components. Just kind of strewn, just bits and pieces and bits. Lots of blast marks though, just everywhere. Let's say with the same thing with that brown crusty blood, just kind of drag marks going out through the door on the opposite side of the room.
There's another door.
Yeah, there's another door on the opposite side of the room, and then there's a large bay door as well.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. So
There
the
are-
bloody crusty bits go out the door.
Out the door,
do all
and
the
there are
blast
more
bolts look
crates.
like they're directed from the turret, like the turret was doing it all.
Mhm.
That's good to know.
And you see that there are more crates stacked up in front of the big bay doors as well.
But the door that's on the opposite side of the room doesn't.
The foot passenger door on the opposite side does not have any crates stacked in front of it.
That's sort of terrifying. All right, Bean, what do you think we should do?
Jaska, what do you think we should do?
Well, last time we shoved past a bunch of crates that were blocking we got shot at. Do you think those crates were to prevent people from coming in here or going from here to in there?
I think the first choice is what is going on there.
Maybe
So it
someone was
seems-
being nice.
It seems to me like somebody barricaded themselves in here.
Maybe.
Do we know what might be out the bay doors? Is it something useful? This is just an office, right?
Which bay is this? The fighter bay?
So
Like the other
so
fighter bay?
looking at the map through these bay doors is the starboard side hangar bay.
Okay, so I don't think we need that. What's through the other door?
Yeah, what is through the other door?
Through the other door is takes you to more like reactor, more like engineering crew quarters, and sort of like the deck's mess hall is kind of further, and the eventually the reactor system itself, like the main reactor that powers the main cannons and the engines and long-range scanners, stuff
So
like
if
that.
So
we
the way we
needed-
need to go.
Is that
Anyways.
way?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's forget about the barricade. Let's just go through the footpath.
I agree. Can we just do a real quick cursory search of this room to see what we kind of find in here?
Nothing, no like weapons or anything like that. I suppose, like, what are you looking for?
Just anything of interest at all.
Nothing particularly. It does look like it's kind of the most notable piece of equipment in here is over on one of like the large tables is a large, basically like a light blaster cannon
Oh,
is here.
Oh, really?
Yes. And all of its internals.
But it's disassembled.
Yes.
Okay.
So
And I
yeah, they
just-
were
I look
fixing
over-
it.
I look over Bean and I give him a shrug, like, that sucks. They're not going to be able to fix that. We're not going to have time to fix it.
Yeah. Looking at this is the like rear blaster cannon on the back of an ARC 170 heavy starfighter.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Well, that's good to know. Excuse me. Yeah, let's go to the. Well, I'm sick, so I just got blasted. Yeah, let's go through that door. So let's be a little bit. Let's get what's his name to come through anyway, and then go through the
Yeah.
doors because he hasn't come
He
through
kind
yet.
of shimmies inside and like looks around and is like, ooh, I've never been in somewhere like here before. And
Really.
and
Weird to
we
say.
are going to cut back to the other group in the life support room.
Guys.
I'm just rocking back and forward. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
I'm just walking. Looking.
Yeah, so all of y'all are hanging out in the life support room. You know that there's people in the fighter support or the fighter control bridge, basically air traffic control bridge. You
They've
know
survived in there for 16 years.
that there's people. There's people in there.
How far away is that from us? As in, like a foot walk?
It would be probably about 30 minutes back down the ship. You guys are kind of in the midship section right now, and it's at the stern.
I see. Definitely should probably wait for the others before we go and confront our gracious hosts. Are there any cameras in here, in the room we're in?
Yeah, actually, you do see one. There's a camera looking straight at you.
should wave.
I walk from like side to side in the room and see if the camera follows me.
It does.
Miskar, take out the camera.
I know. Is it a blaster now, or I get my blasters and start shooting? I have a blaster now. So yeah.
It's high up on the ceiling. It's like 20 feet above you. I don't think Mirskar could reach that with the sword.
I set my comm to an open channel and just tap it, looking at the camera, and then wait and see if I get a response.
Okay. You after a couple minutes, you hear static come on the channel, and then it stops, and then you hear a voice, and it says, "This is Chief Science Officer Pennock. What are you doing aboard my ship?"
Bloody hell! I wave over Seeker and Mirskar because there's an open channel that is like a different one. Pennock's alive. The one we have the clip. Hi, hello. How are you? How are you alive?
I am very interested to know how you found the ship.
It's floating in an asteroid belt. We came to investigate. What happened here exactly?
You've come onto a tomb. I hope you realize what you are doing.
How so? What happened here?
Please, just come up to the fighter control deck. We'll explain everything. And you hear a shout over the side. She goes, "Crash! Yes, turn on the elevator. I know you still have access to that system." He's locked you out of it? Damn. Well, I suppose it will be a bit of a climb for you then. But please.
Worry not. I turn to the camera and just point at the jetpack. We'll see you with the rest of our crew, and I hope in good faith that you turn your turrets off.
Unfortunately, we do not have access to those anymore.
Then we'll blast our way up. See you in a mo.
There are no turrets in the way. But please, tell your friends down on the engineering deck to either join you or be very careful.
Got that. We'll see you
I
as
was
soon as we
born
can.
careful.
We'll try and work out how this all happened. Thank you, Pennock.
Does Bean have wings?
No.
It's not that type of insect, unfortunately. Not a Geonosian.
I turned to Sacred Mirskar, who I assume heard all that because I kind of broadcast it out on
It's more like me.
on my helmet.
Yeah, did we hear the conversation?
Yeah, did we hear it?
No.
Just Sacred Mirskar. I look at them, just like, so, we aren't alone?
No, we're not. But that guy claims to be the guy that we picked up this from the body.
Well, he has the same sketchy accent.
Sketchy.
So I think I would hope it's the same one.
Mm.
This might either be a very good start to clearing this thing out, or it might be a trap. So I'd suggest we get the others. Do you want to raid them in?
Yeah, we'll get them in.
In that case, I guess we'll. Oh, can we do anything in the life support from here?
You could turn it on across the entire ship.
Yes, please.
Yay. Breathing.
Okay.
Lieutenant, wait, it's here. My lieutenant clearance pass.
Yes.
Yeah.
You swipe it. You swipe it on the computer, and it logs you in, and you have full access to the life support systems.
Badass. Let's turn. We turn to Seika as the doctor for this.
Mm-hmm.
Everything on?
Let's click it on. Let's go across the board.
There is a like a biohazard warning flashing on the screen.
Oh.
Biohazard warning.
What area?
Ship-wide biohazard warning.
Ship-wide.
Maybe we shouldn't turn it on.
We could all get infected real quick, Ito.
Uh-oh.
I gestured to our, because me and Seika were wearing airtight suits and just.
Yeah, but some of your party isn't. Do you want to fight zombie us?
Oh, Shane, you're not there.
that'd be
Zombie
cool.
Mirscar. Zombie
Zombie
Mirscar.
Mirscar. No, I do not want Zombie Mirscar.
I think the biohazard might be referring to the weird zombies.
Yeah, obviously it's probably something genetically modified.
Seika, do you reckon you could work out how it spread from the corpse or anything? Even though I did char it quite a lot.
The Vader serum formula.
Not from the way it was described. You pretty much made it charcoal.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No. But I noticed you haven't become infected at all, so
No,
Yeah,
it's true.
we've been watching.
Open channel again. Just for our safety, how is this infection spread that's going on? Also, hello again.
It was airborne at first, which is why we shut down atmosphere to most of the ship. But it does not seem to be the case now. Perhaps it has evolved? I still am not sure exactly what all of this is.
Would you recommend us turning on ship-wide life support?
I cannot say for certain, as that is your prerogative. I would imagine that I cannot even stop you if I wanted you to.
Fair enough. See you in a bit. So, Mirscar, I guess we take a little vote on this. Do we turn the life support on and risk having these things wake up more because all the lights will come on and everything, or do we want to keep creeping around a half unoxygenated ship?
My medical opinion: half oxygenated ship.
Yeah, it could be half onto this ship. But I don't know. Are we positive about the gas or no?
Well, he
I don't
says
want to
survive
risk
it.
it.
it's not airborne anymore. But
Can my species survive it?
Not
Yeah.
gonna risk it.
Yeah, that's the real
I'm
question.
merely humanoid.
since I'm now wearing this helmet, I take the respirator that Darylis first gave me to be my disguise and hand it to Mirscar.
Yeah.
Could be helpful just in case. While we've
put
got
it right
airtight
over my
seal
nose.
and our air is filtered, yours is.
It fits a little awkwardly over your snout, Mirscar, but you get a nice seal, and you seem to be breathing filtered air. The filter's old; it's a little stale. It definitely tastes worse than the recycled air that you've been breathing here in the.
Reminds me of the fruit on my planet.
Yeah.
And it smells like Ito.
Like the fruit
Yeah,
on
a
my
little
planet.
bit. Sorry. Well, if you're two of the opinion we shouldn't turn it on, I guess we won't for now. We'll wait until we know more, I guess. All right.
Uh-oh.
Let's pick up our party and head up to our hosts, you'd say?
I open the channel to the rest of our party. We got in contact with the survivors. They want to meet us, and they don't seem aggressive. But it seems like someone else might be in control of the ship and not them. So we may have found an ally. They're currently up in the if I can find where I wrote it down, wise. They're up in the flight control bay. And there's a number of them.
At
There's
least
at least
two.
two.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's. I look at Bean. Well, does that mean we should stop doing what we're doing? And I look at Daska and go, "What do you think?"
Yeah. Let's go talk to these people first. Maybe they'll help us.
How close
Yeah,
are
that
we
seems
to,
wise.
to the fighter control bay?
It would be a really, really long climb up the same shaft that you guys were climbing down.
Oh, cool.
Let's do it.
That's fun.
Whether you complete your mission or not, we're waiting for you by the elevator shaft. Also, be careful what you touch. Apparently, the infection that turns people into space zombies might still be around and has evolved. Dio out.
I come back on and go, he's turning into a germophobia.
Oh,
Space
that makes
zombies.
sense. Space zombies.
I think he has spent too much time in the world, just being a bit crazy. I think. I don't think we should try him.
That was slightly sloppy, Darylis, but I appreciate the. He spent too much time being crazy.
Yes. No, I lost track of how I wanted him to say it. So.
That's fair.
Can I flip a light side token to force them to encounter a space zombie?
Well, Seika and Mirskar aren't telling us that there aren't space zombies, and they're also not telling us that there aren't other people on the ship. And if there's other people on the ship, we should definitely go see what they have to say, because they will know the truth about the space zombies, and also maybe how to turn the ship back on.
Space zombies.
All right, let's go upstairs. It's a long walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
We came all this way just to go back up.
All the way back up.
It's good exercise.
Yeah, it'll
Look
be
at
good
party for exercise.
Yes, I need Darylis, Bean, and Daska to all make me a medium resilience check. It's a long climb up that ladder.
Oh, you bastard. Okay.
Don't slip.
At least I have 3 bronze. You said medium?
Yeah, medium resilience.
Resilience.
Oh, I thought I had
shit.
resilience. Oh boy.
Beans worried for the first time. Oh.
Absolutely flat from Daska. Okay.
Oh.
And from Darylis.
Could have been worse.
All right. Yeah, so you guys spend probably about 30 minutes doing nothing but climb, 20, 30, like 45 minutes doing nothing but climbing a ladder.
I bet our Metal Gear Solid.
You're
Good
pretty,
for you.
you're all pretty tired by the end of the climb.
40 minutes.
But Daska, you are exhausted. Your muscles are sore. You suffer 3 strain.
Ooh. But I do have, if I wanted to, I have intense presence, as I can spend 1 destiny point to recover strain equal to my presence rating, which is 3.
Ooh, nice.
I'm just that intense.
I refuse to be tired.
Yes, and you also suffer 1 black to every brawn related check,
Okay.
as you're just generally winded and exhausted.
I won't do the ability thing for now, but if later it becomes bad that I have 4 strain, I might do that.
But you all meet up in kind of the kind of antechamber before the fighter control deck.
So,
So, you had a dead body fall out of a locker on you, huh?
I had a space zombie try and rip my face off.
But you're sure it didn't
That's what he
just
said.
fall on you?
I'm very sure it didn't just fall on me.
But I mean, if it was falling out of the locker, it might very much seem like it was attacking you.
Derelus, I wouldn't wish death on anyone, but I hope you're the first of us to get infected. Return on the open channel. We're here.
Yes, I see you. Hold on one moment, please. And the
Have your sword
the
ready.
door opens up in front of you, and there you see a makeshift barricade. And standing behind the barricade, with two long-looking blaster rifles and one rotary barrel heavy blaster rifle, are three clone troopers staring at you. And in the middle of the barricade, you see there is a Torgruta, another one, same species as Chitohan. And she walks up and gives a slight nod to all of you and goes, "Hello, my name is Science Officer Panak. It's nice to meet all of you. Please, come in. I do not know when more of these things are going to show up."
Yeah,
Go in.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The father.
Happy
Give a little
to.
nod to the clone troopers.
None of them are wearing helmets, and you see they all have long hair and beards, so they haven't bothered, trimming anything.
Dio,
Yeah,
you're like
yeah.
your ancestors.
Is 66? Is 66 kind of common knowledge if you're in the Empire or not?
You could go ahead and make a hard lore check.
Goody gumdrops. I'm great at these.
Are the clone troopers, are they aged? Because of
they're-
rapid aging?
They definitely look old.
Oh yeah, because clone troopers age fast, don't they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But Dio, you know that the Jedi tried to overthrow the Chancellor, who then had to declare himself emperor in order to maintain power for the safety and stability of the entire galaxy after beating the Separatist threats. And you do know that the clone troopers were integral into overthrowing the Jedi threat. Not necessarily the exact specifics of Order 66 of the sudden
The
yet
501st.
the sudden yet inevitable betrayal, but you do know that clone troopers did fight Jedi.
Yeah, I respectfully nod to all of them for their valiant service in protecting our glorious empire.
But as you walk inside, this large fighter control deck has been converted into a small makeshift settlement. There are boxes and boxes and crates of supplies. You see, rooms have almost been put up using, bits of material probably scavenged from other parts of the ship. Panak, says, "Welcome to our humble abode. We have been living here for the past... Oh gosh, I do not know how long it has been."
Can we
day.
tell them?
A while ago. I think they
Sure,
were-
yeah.
Tell them.
What's
Ship
going on in
disappeared
the galaxy?
Moving on from.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, what has happened? Is the war over? I do not say we got
Yes?
the last thing I heard.
Oh, yeah, the war is over. The war is
Of course,
very
yes,
over.
we
Been over.
speak back to separatists. There was an incursion by the Jedi, but that was swiftly quashed. Thanks to,
You won.
again, gesture to the clone troopers. Help of people like you.
Well, I suppose I should introduce you to everyone. There's how many of us are there? There's me. Yes, please. And she gestures to the three clone troopers manning the barricade. She gestures to one who has a red stripe down his right arm. He says, "This is Sergeant Bullwhip, and these two are troopers Longshanks and Machine." She gestures to Longshanks, and Machine is the one who has the rotary cannon.
That's a nice gun.
You've got a nice gun as well.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Forgive me,
She-
but it seems
I plan to buy
that
one though.
you would be very heavy for a man of your age to be carrying around.
Please, I've got plenty of time to practice up here.
Daska's gonna say something along the lines of, "Well, we thought this was a salvage mission. We weren't expecting anyone alive on the ship."
Well, we have kept the auto turret grid on to dissuade people from doing exactly that. I'm surprised that you have come.
But, I mean, doesn't that hurt your chances of being rescued?
I would rather not be rescued and die here and leave the ship alone to burn up eventually than to release whatever the hell is lurking down in the ship below us.
What?
What?
Darylis
What is
gives
that?
Theo a slight kind of look over his, hopefully without Dio actually seeing it. Yeah.
I say very loudly, "Oh, you mean the space zombies?"
There's no such
That
thing as
is-
space zombies.
This is not. Well, I mean, that is what the troopers have been calling them, but it's something. It is something more. It is something designed. This isn't just some random thing that we stumbled across in our research. This was made by
who?
someone. I am not sure. We were.
See, this is all just science. We can fix this.
Science is the true monster.
But if this fine scientist right here has been working on it for the past 16 years,
Is he still alive in here?
that's the lady that we were just talking to, the Turk Rutan, right?
Yeah,
The scientist.
Panic.
Hannah.
So, what exactly did you? Who exactly designed it?
Well, we were doing some scans in the Estran sector near Korvan, and and you've heard some of the stories. There's some crazy stuff that came out of there. No, we found this planet. We designated it 17B for it being on the 17th planet we found on that mission, but when we sent down a probe, it mysteriously went missing. So we sent a team of scientists. They found the probe just fine. It seemed as though it had been shut down, so we decided to do a full excavation. We found a Sith temple down there.
A what?
We found a Sith temple down there. And
Yeah, that doesn't help. A what?
Sith Temple.
I see.
Like Jedi, but meaner.
Mean Jedi. That doesn't.
Instead of saying,
But this dated back many thousands of years. I don't know if any of you know this, but the Sith were a species, much like Togruta, human, Twi'lek.
Yes. Oh, they're
No,
enjoying
we-
that, yeah.
Never heard of them.
We found
So
an old
red.
temple,
They're gone now, I
and
believe.
the team recovered something. Mostly writings, but a small box. And inside that box was whatever caused all of this. One of the scientists opened it in a secure environment. It ate through his suit and he started coughing, so we took him into quarantine. But he broke out, and before we knew it, we're all that's left.
Sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. That sounds awful.
So we decided to.
So it is a disease. It's something that it's inhaled and breathed and ingested, and much like any other disease, like a flu.
Well, it started like that, but then we had all the troopers seal their suits. But it seems as though it can be transmitted via bite, digestion of fluids. But I do not know. We have every so often, every week, I don't know, a group of them comes up this shaft. We always have to shoo them off. I do not know if it is atmospheric anymore, or if it is solely contact.
So what do we do about it?
I came into contact with one in the life support system, and I feel fine so far. So
Did it
didn't
bite you?
bite me. No, it snarled and nipped at me, but didn't get in. And I
No,
take
consider
off
yourself lucky.
the helmet and everything so that they can see my face.
Consider yourself lucky then. Not many have come into such close contact and come out completely unscathed.
Well, it was a very spur of the moment thing. I may have charred it into nothing but dust.
Good.
Or
Those are
got a
smart.
chance.
So, let me introduce you to the rest of the survivors. If you are here, I do not think we can persuade you to leave. So, you'll have to figure something out.
Well, we are here to salvage this ship, and I guess that puts us in the same direct path of helping you fix whatever this is and make sure the survivors get out.
Oh yes.
At the very
in this
least.
time,
Sorry,
in this time, you see that 6 other individuals have kind of grouped around you. You see a human woman. You see a Twi'lek man, a Wookiee, a female Wookiee,
Wow.
a Zabrak, and 2 more clones that kind of gather around and just kind of like whispering amongst themselves. And
Having never seen a clone before in my life, I look at them and go, "How do you tell the difference between you?"
but they all have different personalities. For example,
But
Bullrip
it's fine
here,
looking.
and she. I mean, they're all wearing different uniforms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then. I take
They
that
Just
do
the
up
faces
their hair
look
in
the
different
same.
ways. People ask Verpine that all the time too. It's actually very rude, Darylus.
as it should be.
I served with many clones before. They are a valuable asset. Although, we do now call them stormtroopers, those who are still enlisted at the Imperial Army. But whatever you want, I suppose.
I'm sorry, Imperial Army?
Yes, the Republic was it was reformed into an empire after the Jedi tried an assassination attempt on many important members of the Republic.
Yeah, congratulations.
You're now part of the Empire, and you're all Imperial citizens, meaning that you are our responsibility now.
Well, what? That doesn't follow.
We're not Imperials.
Except for the verb.
Yeah, I'm not.
In any case, please let me introduce you to everyone. And this is Petty Science Officer Albera, and she gestures over to the human, and she steps over. The human steps forward and says, "Hello, it is nice to meet all of you. I do hope you stay safe. This is Petty Science Officer Felian." And she gestures to the Twi'lek man, and he just gives you a curt nod. Mirskar, the entire time, the Wookiee has just been locked eyes with you. She gestures to the she gestures to the Wookiee and what says is this
really good.
Chief Justice Rorworkin. Excuse me, I cannot speak Wookiee. Bad at it.
Speaking pretty good.
Pronouncing it. This is Dr. Cedro.
Hated his mother.
And she gestures over to the Zabrak. And these two louts, and she, to the two remaining clones, says, "This is Crash and Double Barrel. They don't do much around
Cool
here."
names.
They don't do much.
Might change mine.
You see the one that she mentioned as Crash kind of gives her a rude gesture.
Wow. All right, that's interesting.
And he and the other clone, Double Barrel, kind of just walk away and go back to whatever they were doing before.
Interesting.
And
nice.
I'm used to it.
What's all of your names?
Edo. Pleasure.
You can call her
Nice to meet you.
Daska.
Daska, it's a pleasure. You spend the next several minutes, making introductions to everyone. They see all of them are incredulous that someone would even come here. Like, they're thankful to have contact outside of the same group of people that they've been living in close quarters with for the last 16 years. But they're all like, why? Why would you show up here? Like, you need it, it's a couple of them just flat out say, like, please leave.
Oh.
Well, we'll leave when we fix the ship and take it to our employers.
And who are your employers?
Oh, just some well-intentioned folks who want to reacquire history.
I see.
We just
All sounds
tell them
good
they're
to me.
the Empire. Now we tell them we're just reacquiring their ship.
But
No,
I
because
say-
he said we were Empire, and everyone else went, "Oh."
You're now Empire.
Are there going to be more of you?
Hopefully
Hopefully
not.
not.
The blast door's been shut again. The hangar bay doors are also closed, so I think this is us until the ship is better.
Well, I hope you don't mind, but I am not going to send out any of my people to help you. It will be on your own. We will help as remotely as we can, but I will not risk any of my friends here.
I think we'd all appreciate someone to rally in towards and have somewhere safe to rest, surely.
That's true.
That is true. And you said you have only encountered one of these so
Thus
far.
far.
That is.
We're not even sure it was
impressive.
real. We think it might have just fallen out of a locker.
It was real, I promise.
No, I saw it on the camera. This one is Ido. He is very lucky.
Wow.
I have a question though. You sat there and you
Yes?
said you don't know how many there are. but you know how many people you've had on the ship. You mentioned,
Yeah.
you should have a ship's log and then be able to eliminate them by how many you have killed.
Look, the standard complement for one of these, for just the regular pattern, 15,000 people crew this ship.
Mm-hmm.
There are 10 of us.
That's not good.
It has been a long time. We fought a lot, but you see, the thing is that every time they kill one of us, we come back as one of them. Every time we kill one of them, they do not come back as one of us.
That would be
Right.
Oh, that would be a very. You should figure out how to do that.
I looked at the doctor and sat there and said, have you figured out what causes this yet? You've had 20
Well,
years.
And I have not gone back into the labs.
Where's the
Everybody's
fancy
scared.
box?
We're just there.
I don't know that I want to touch the box.
The fancy box?
There was a
The
fancy
evil
box
box.
in the lab. There was a fancy box in the lab, and you didn't look in it.
Well,
Yeah,
and she like blinks really hard. I'm sorry, I do not know what you're talking about.
They mean the box where the infection came from.
yeah. Of Korriban.
Oh, I meant us. We found a box that we didn't look in?
No, you guys
Well,
haven't
it's where the
found any
infection-
sort of.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought you guys said you guys had the box.
No.
I missed that. Sorry.
No, they're asking if she inspected the box.
I didn't.
I want to know where
inspect
it
any of-
is.
I didn't inspect any of the relics that came from the planet myself. No, sorry. Unfortunately, the man responsible for that is long dead.
So
Where would it have been housed?
you're afraid to go to the labs, but we've already cleared it out, and there's nothing there. So why would you be afraid?
They come from everywhere. This is the only
You could
place.
just lock down parts of the ship, and then they couldn't come, right?
We try. We try as we might. When we lock down a section, it seems as though it only stays locked down for, what, a week?
Let's see.
The ship systems are fraying.
Fraying, or does someone else have control of them?
Yes, is there anything non-space zombie besides you alive in here?
Not that I know of.
Right.
Then when you saw our compatriots getting shot by the turrets, why didn't you shut them down?
So we
Well,
do
she
not
said
have
they
access.
didn't have control.
Someone years ago turned it off, turned it on, and Crash has not been able to figure out how to turn them off.
We're fighting ghosts at this point. I
Well,
don't
where's the
mean actual
control
ones.
room for the tourists?
I do not know. I'm not the captain.
I'm just gonna look around at the other people in the room. What about you? Any of you know how to turn off the turrets?
If
They
they
all-
did, they
There
would
was-
have by now.
Daedalus, I'm not thinking of turning them off, but why can't we turn them on to target the zombies?
I agree.
I would guess they don't show up as life signs.
What if they have no life signs?
They've got to show up
Or-
as something. I need one
Or
of
the
these.
Republic armor makes them friendlies in the turret's eyes.
They seem
They're
to
dead.
only.
Well, they have no
They
life
seem to only
signs.
fire at movement. Longshanks can speak to that.
So we need to
Okay.
find a way to trigger it to their movement. They don't move.
Regardless, we do appreciate you letting us in somewhere to stay that's safe, and potentially we could perhaps at some point offer you an escort to the lab so we can all work out what exactly it is we're fighting, so we don't get caught on our asses.
Please, any assistance that is not trying to eat us is very appreciated.
What if we weld the door shut to do a pathway directly to the labs from here?
How do we get
We
there?
we have tried welding the door shut. It seems as though there are other ways that they get through, or they can pull them open. These things are strong.
Almost like rats.
Yes. Ventilation through the walls, the floors.
She knocks on one of the bulkheads she's standing next to, and she says, "This is the only place where there is only one place they can come from, and that is out there." And she gestures through the door.
Well, bloody well done for keeping all these civilians safe. And I give another nod to the troopers. Done very well. For the last 16 years.
Careless, if we have Ito, go be bait again. Since he's the only one that's ever been attracted to these things.
I was only
I can
there because you
figure out-
shoved me through the door.
And I figure out what it is. Could you and Bean rig the automated gun systems in the ship to only target them?
Maybe if we put some sort of beacon. Oh, my tracking beacons. What if we put one of my tracking beacons on Dio, and Dio then can run around the ship, and if the turrets see anything tracking them, they'll shoot at them and not him.
I entirely do
Maybe
not
they already attracted
I'm
him. Like
horrified.
they already attacking him. They already attack him. You may not need anything.
I'm a bloody pilot. You're the tough ones.
But doesn't that mean you're fast?
Yeah, you're quick.
Ish.
And brave.
Suddenly,
I must be slow.
an alarm starts going off in the bridge.
Oh dear.
And suddenly everyone stands up, and you see Bullwhip start, issuing orders to the other clone troopers. And he turns and he says, "The motion detectors just went off. We've got a group coming. You willing to help out?"
Absolutely.
Always.
I turn right to Darylis and go, proof they're attracted to Ito.
And that is where we're going to end today's session for
Ah.
Star Wars Fortitude.
That's hilarious.
Alrighty, so thank you everyone for tuning in, and let's go around and introduce ourselves one more time and tell the good people of the internet where we can find you.
Hi.
Full of space zombies.
I turn off my camera.
I'm
We
Dom,
lost
a
Lazy
voice
Bones.
actor, and I
I'm
do a
back.
lot of that general things. There you go. That's where you can find me at the handle there. Please don't throw any more space zombies at me.
Too late.
I'm Jesse. Give me an X with an underscore in between every word. You can find me on the Twitter. You can find me on the Twitch. And you can find me on Band of Nerds. We are currently hiatusing over there right now, but we'll be back with new stuff in the future, and then also here. Look forward to seeing you next week.
And I'm Drake Finney. I'm the engineer right behind Encounter Roleplay. You find me here all weekend, running the back end and being on a few shows. I do some voice acting, do some teaching, do some streaming of high school sports. So if you go on any social media and look up Drake Finney _, you're going to find me and see what I'm up to.
And I'm Gary Ripper. I'm with Ripper Blaze. You can find us on ripperblaze.net, on Facebook, Instagram. He's soon to be opening a showroom here in the city of Lake Havasu City.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, you can find me there and on all those internets. Mostly in my shop. You can't find me nowhere else but my shop. I lied.
I am Eris or Animus Panthera. I'm Animus Panthera or Animus.Panthera pretty much everywhere. I'm actually a zoologist when I'm not playing tabletop games. I'm also a cosplayer, and I love to chat about all those things over on Twitter. Find me there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He's
I'm
Bean.
Dan. I'm Bean. I'm Dan, or Dan Streams, Games on most platforms. That includes Twitter, Twitch, Casting Call Club, where you can find me for any voice acting needs. And yeah, here every week. Come back, watch us again, see if any of us actually make it out of here alive.
Our plans to sell this junk to the rebels or to the hut or to anyone are just like really going downhill.
No, I'm still selling it.
The plan's definitely a little muddled at this point, isn't it?
Yes, and I am Lazybones, your game master. You can find me at _Lazybones on Twitter, or sorry, Lazybones _ on Twitter. Right? I can never remember. Or you can find me at Lazybones. I'll just drop a link to my Twitter in the chat here. Go ahead and follow me. It's fun. It's a grand old time. Or you can follow me at Lazybones TV on Twitch, where I've been streaming. I recently bit the bullets and bought Elder Scrolls Online, so I'll probably be playing that tonight, and I'll be streaming that later this evening if you want to come and hang out. So it'll be fun. You can also find me Wednesdays over at Dammit Berries Twitch channel, where I'm playing Sospero, the Air Genasi monk in Ghost of Saltmarsh. That's a grand old time. So I will see all of you soon, and until next time, I'll see y'all around the galaxy.
Make this plan.